WYLN Hazleton. This is WYLN's late edition News at 10 with meteorologist Joe Garbacek, sports with Beth Mensinger, anchors Lisa Sugar and L.A. Tyrone. News, weather, sports, features, and more. You're watching WYLN's late edition News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to WYLN's late edition for Thursday, September 5th, 2013. I'm Lisa Sugart. Tonight, reaction to metal detectors and armed guards, which are now permanent fixtures in all schools in the Hazleton Area School District. Plus 2 days and counting till the big Fun Fest celebration. Tonight, Ann Ganley continues her previews with a look at the ever-popular Fun Fest car show. In sports, Beth Mensinger has girls soccer action between Hazleton Area and Crestwood. And just how low will the mercury go? Well, meteorologist Joe Garbacek's here with the latest on the cool down in the forecast. But first, late edition's look at tonight's top stories. History was made today in the Hazleton Area School District as a brand new learning experience officially got underway for the 2013-14 school year. Today marked the official start of the school year for students in the Hazleton Area School District. And it was also the very first day for buses and students arriving here at 40 Azalea Drive in Drums. That's the address for the district's first ever stand-alone magnet school, the Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences.
Well, it's very exciting, the opening of the Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences. It's a unique offering for students interested in careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Our Board of Education made a commitment to provide this for our students, and the students and parents are tremendously excited, as we all are today.
Superintendent of Schools Dr. Francis X. Antonelli was pleased with the start to the new school year. This newly renovated building is a STEM school. STEM is an acronym for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. A pilot program was launched last year inside Hazleton Area High School, but this is the first year for the brand new school, which will eventually house students in grades 9 through 12.
9th through 11th, the first year, approximately 335 students. Next year we'll be bringing in the new freshman class, and next year will be 9 through 12 with a total enrollment of approximately 500 students.
Hazleton Area School Board President Brian Early, a staunch supporter of the new facility, was among those on hand for this very first day of classes.
It's beyond anything that I think any of us even imagined. When you walk into the school, it's a bright, open, airy, technology-driven building. Just seeing the look on the kids' faces when they walk through that door and see the big monitor right inside in the foyer. It's, all of the kids that have come through the door, they have the gleamy eyes and, looking around and looking at, just the architectural wonder of this building is, it's beyond anything that I ever imagined.
The new school has not been without controversy. First over the actual purchase, then over a severe mold problem discovered during renovations. That's been corrected, and today Dr. Antonelli said it's a non-issue.
Yeah, we had a very tight construction schedule to get this building, completed. As of Friday, there still had some contractors here. So I do want to, thank all of our teachers. Typically the teachers have, the week before school to come in and get their classrooms set up. We had a lot of our teachers that were here while there were still construction crews, going on, and then they worked, diligently on Tuesday and yesterday just to make sure that their classrooms were set up and that they were prepared for students.
And today, yet another first, as these students attending the Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences, along with students throughout the entire district, will now utilize metal detectors each and every day.
There are metal detectors, as we have in all our buildings throughout the Hazleton Area School District. Again, the administration and the board have made a commitment to ensuring the security and safety of students in each and every one of the buildings throughout the district.
Unfortunately, our cameras were not allowed inside today since students, faculty, and staff were all becoming acquainted with the new building. However, Early said the public is invited to a special open house slated for later this month.
On September the 18th from 6 to 7 is going to be Meet the Teacher Night here at the Academy of Sciences building, and then at 7 o'clock we're going to open the building to the general public. And then the building will be open. People can come over, do a a tour of it, and also on that evening we're going to have the basically the opening ceremony for the school building, which that'll be open to the public as well.
Again, the Meet the Teachers at the all-new Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences will take place Wednesday, September 18th from 6 until 7 p.m., followed by the public open house and tours beginning at 7. And LA will have more on the metal detectors and the armed guards coming up a little bit later in tonight's program. Well, as a brand new school year opens, a former place of learning will soon be no more. The old Immaculate Heart of Mary School building in Girardville will be gone by the end of the month. The Allentown Diocese has hired a Shamokin firm to tear it down. Built in 1921 as St. Joseph's School, it's been vacant since 2006. That year, this school, Holy Family in Frackville, and Father Walter Chiswick Elementary School in Shenandoah were merged into Trinity Academy, with the Chiswick building being the host. Diocese Communications Director Matt Kerr says demolition will cost a little over $53,000. The diocese will front the money, while the St. Joe's Parish will then have to repay it. The former executive director of the Wyoming Valley Sanitary Authority is facing felony theft charges. Luzerne County District Attorney Stephanie Salavantes' office filed charges against Fred DeSanto. The charge is that he diverted authority resources to the Little League in Hanover Township, which he managed. DeSanto was an authority employee for 3 decades and its executive director since 1998. He abruptly quit his $116,000 job last summer, just before officials were set to interview him for the internal probe. Well, there is now a gag order in a fatal hit and run. Luzerne County Judge Joseph Sklarowski issued it in the case of 23-year-old Thomas Latier of Plains Township. He's accused of the hit-and-run death of 5-year-old Kevin Miller on North Street in Wilkes-Barre just a few days before Christmas. Sklarowski's order read, all counsel, parties, witnesses, and any and all law enforcement officials or employees are hereby prohibited from making any extrajudicial statements concerning these proceedings, unquote. Now, the judge has not given a reason for issuing that gag order. A Plymouth man was found guilty of all charges in a robbery of a Plymouth Township nightclub last year. William Gronowski will be sentenced on November 6th. Police said he and Kevin Williams robbed the Carousel Lounge in March of 2012. Gronowski was convicted of robbery and theft after a 2-day trial. He still faces other charges in several unrelated cases, including a trial slated to start on Monday on charges that he burglarized a Laughlin home. Well, charges are headed to court for a Wilkes-Barre man accused of rape. Police also allege that he used a 4-year-old boy as bait. William Esser is accused of sexually assaulting a woman in the Intermodal Center in June and another woman in his car in July. Both instances, he's accused of using a 4-year-old boy to lure his victims. He appeared by video conference from the county prison this morning. Esser remains in prison on $70,000 bail. This Sunday will mark the annual Fun Fest celebration in downtown Hazleton, and one featured event has become quite popular over the years. It's the Celebrity Tricycle Race. The obstacle course will once again be set up at the intersection of Wyoming and Broad Streets just after 11 a.m. Sunday. We spoke with Fun Fest committee member Julie Ferry about the event.
Every year we've started this tradition now of doing the Celebrity Trike Race, and it's sponsored again this year by EAM Mosca, and Iron Hog has customized our trikes for us once again to go with our 80s theme. So we'll have our celebrities. Our reigning champion is our very own chamber president Donna Palermo, so she'll be coming back to defend her title. State Representative Tara Toohill will be here again. There's word on the street some people from Wildland might be back as well in an attempt to defeat Donna, but I don't know, she's got pretty mad trike skills.
For the second year in a row, Iron Hog Custom Cycles on 15th Street in Hazleton has participated in the event, detailing both trikes to fit with this year's theme, a totally 80s weekend. We spoke with co-owner Nicholas Zapataki.
Well, it's cool that they have something like that a lot of the community can get involved with. This year's theme is the 80s, so as soon as we saw that theme, we instantly started thinking about arcade games and Pac-Man and Wild Colors. So we did the flat black base and did some cool splatter paint on it and put some Pac-Man on the wheels, and tried to tie it in with the theme, and something that, you know, I thought the kid that gets the bike at the end would still think it was a cool little bike too, you know.
Both of the trikes that will be used in Sunday's race will be raffled off in October during the Fall Community Carnival to 2 lucky children in the community.
I'm not somebody that has a lot of money that I could donate to every little thing, but when something like this comes along that, you know, I could help the community out a little bit by doing something with our skill set, you know, we jump right on an opportunity like that.
Again, the Celebrity Trike Race this Sunday during Fun Fest just after 11 a.m. at the corner of Wyoming and Broad Streets in Hazleton. Meanwhile, the Greater Hazleton Historical Society will be open Fun Fest Saturday. Keeping with Fun Fest theme, a totally 80s weekend, the museum will feature 80s video and pinball games such as Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, Galaga and Galaga 88, and Mappy. You'll be able to play them for just 25 cents a game. The museum is located in the old Pioneer Fire Company building, which is also the old Hazleton Borough Hall, just off the intersection of Wyoming and Green Streets. While the society is featuring the video games, the entire museum will be open. It has thousands of artifacts from all periods of Hazleton's history. Admission is reduced this Fun Fest weekend to just $4 for adults, $2 for children, and it will be open between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. That also includes a guided tour of the museum. Well, one organization that has operated a stand favorite at Fun Fest for many years will not be attending this year. Ann Galney has that story.
For the past 24 years, the McAdoo Fire Company has set up on Broad Street during Hazleton's largest street fair, Fun Fest. It was the company's largest fundraiser of the year, but if you head to Fun Fest this year, McAdoo won't be there.
We had a great run. We had a great time when we were doing Fun Fest, but you know, things are changing a little bit, and we just decided it was time to change what we do and give our guys a little bit of a rest. And last year, all the talks with Fun Fest possibly not happening or whatever was going to happen, it sort of helped us make our decision to begin our own bazaars. And once we started our own bazaar, and with the great success we had, we just decided it was time to give the guys a little break, and we're just going to sell out of the firehouse here this weekend.
According to Assistant Chief Leshko, rumors were spread throughout the community about why the company was not participating.
There was some change in how the vendorship went and that kind of stuff, and I've talked to Judy Ann about that, and but you know, we have no hard feelings or anything. You know, contrary to some of the rumors that we were kicked out and everything else, that is not the case. We just decided it was time for us to do a little change, and this was the perfect year to do it.
The fire company will still be selling food this weekend, but it will be at the Firehouse in McAdoo Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. until 6.
It's been a very relaxing week for me. We haven't had to spend every day here since Tuesday, so you know, we're ready and prepared to go.
Adding to the list of food this year, besides the potato pancakes, cheesesteaks, hamburgers, sausage hoagies, and others, will be apple dumplings, which Leshko says they are excited about. If you live in any of the high-rises in Hazleton, you can also call the McAdoo Firehouse at 929-2042 for deliveries. In McAdoo, for WYLN's Late Edition, I'm Ann Gownley.
Thanks, Ann. In other news tonight, Chickashinny is the latest town to adopt a rental ordinance. Borough Council adopted it this week, and it establishes a landlord registration system that requires property owners to maintain a record of rentals and tenants. Officials say they've had a hard time in identifying landlords. Under it, property owners will be required to give the borough the name, address, and telephone number, number of occupants, and the names of current tenants. It also requires a license for each unit. They cost $25 each. Council also adopted new rules for the public playground at Oak and North Canal Streets. They were drawn up by Mayor Beverly Moore. Now, under them, the park will be open only from dawn until dusk. The state's revenue collection was a bit below projection for the month of August. The Department of Revenue says it collected $1.8 billion, a slight 0.1% below estimates. Sales tax receipts were above projections, but personal income, corporate, inheritance, and realty transfer tax collections were all down. Commonwealth collected slightly more revenue from cigarettes, malt beverages, liquor, and table games than expected this month. Every custody case is tough, but this one has even legal minds puzzled. 4 different courts in 2 states have ruled in the case of baby Veronica, and the rulings are different. INN's Randy Kay tries to sort it all out.
More than a month after he was ordered to hand over his biological daughter to her adoptive parents, the Oklahoma Supreme Court issued an emergency stay, allowing Dustin Brown, at least for now, to hold on to his 4-year-old daughter, Veronica. It's a move that shocked Veronica's adoptive parents, Matt and Melanie Capobianco of South Carolina, since 4 courts, including the Supreme Court of the United States, ordered the adoption upheld. Brown has been fighting hard to keep his daughter since the adoption was finalized this summer. I spoke to him about the case while he was training with the National Guard in Iowa.
I'm going to fight until I have no fight left in me, until they say you can't fight no more. I mean, this is my daughter. This is not a yo-yo that I can just, say, hey, I borrowed it for 2 years and here's it back.
The Capobiancos adopted Veronica at birth from her biological mother after Dustin Brown had given up his parental rights. Then suddenly, 4 months later, he asked for his daughter back, citing a federal law that was designed to keep Indian children in Indian homes. Brown is Cherokee, but in June, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled the federal law didn't apply to this case. The adoption was finalized July 31st.
We know better than anybody how it feels to have to hand over a child. And, we understand their pain, we understand what they're going through. But one way or another, she's going to come home.
Instead, Brown has moved Veronica to Cherokee tribal land, guarded by Cherokee marshals.
That's Randy Kay reporting. Well, this week, 2 Pennsylvania lottery Powerball tickets worth $1 million were sold, and one of them was sold right here in our area. It was bought at the Fresh and Quick at 906 Market Street in Berwick. Now, the 2 tickets matched all 5 white balls, but not the red Powerball. The other ticket was sold in Braddock near Pittsburgh. Both retailers will get $5,000 bonus for selling a winning ticket. And finally tonight, a new look has been launched for WYLN. We have updated our website to make it more efficient for you, our viewers. Log on to WYLNTV.com to find breaking news, weather, and sports information. And if you missed a newscast or the WYLN Game of the Week, you can find them on our website just by logging on. You can also find links to our Facebook pages, WYLN Late Edition News at 10, and our sports page outside the press box. Again, our website, WYLNTV.com. Make sure to stop by and check it out. And right now, meteorologist Joe Garbacik is outside in the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center to check out the very latest weather conditions and to preview the big weekend forecast. Joe?
Well, thank you very much, Lisa. It is cool enough tonight for me to actually put the lightweight jacket on. Do have a bit of a breeze in the backyard. Temperatures are continuing to fall. Waiting to see just how chilly it's going to get through the overnight hours. In fact, I have some frost to talk about. I'll let you know where. But before we go to break, here's a look at some national temperatures. It's cool across the northeast, but just toward the south, temperatures are still in the 60s and 70s. And how about Phoenix, Arizona, 107 degrees. We'll talk about the frost. We'll talk about the cool temperatures coming up next.
For all your projects, large and small, Bedrock Gardens has it all. They are fully stocked and ready to fill your order. Rubber mulch and rubber curbing to match. Lots of color choices to pick from. Wall stone, natural stone, full pallets ready to go. Their bins are full with rich colored quality mulch that will look wonderful all season long. Finish off your fabulous outdoor space with their quality patio furniture and easy to assemble fire pits. Everything you need for your summer projects. Delivery available, or just stop by and they will load you up. Bedrock Gardens, locally owned and operated. Call today.
Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week only at Heritage, they're offering SureFine Deli Gourmet, fresh sliced Swiss, or American cheese at $3.99 a pound. Thank you for shopping at Heritage SureSave.
Swing to Big Bad Voodoo Daddy October 18th at the Alice E. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center at the Historic Castle in Hazelton. 2013 marks the 20th anniversary of Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's remarkable arrival onto the music scene. And today, the high-energy 9-piece ensemble continues to remind the world that it's still cool to swing big band style. Join the party. Shake and move to the groove October 18th. Advance tickets are available through Ticketmaster starting August 31st. WILN TV 35, first in live sports.
Hi, I'm Ron Jaworski. For the best in local TV sports, watch WILN TV 35.
WILN TV 35 has it covered.
Hi, my name is Vince Papelli. I'm a former Philadelphia Eagle wide receiver and special teams guy, and for local sports coverage, I watch only WILN 35.
WILN TV 35. The event, not just the highlights.
As I hinted to, I have to talk about some frost at this 10 o'clock hour. Good news is, across our viewing area, we don't have to worry about the frost tonight. Not the case over parts of the northern tier of Pennsylvania, including Bradford, Sullivan, Tioga, even parts of Lycoming County. Indications are could be looking at some areas of frost through the overnight hours where temperatures have the potential of falling into the 30s. For overnight lows tonight. Our Live 35 Skycast Doppler, nothing to show you right now. We continue to be dry across all of our viewing area, and we'll continue to be dry as we head through the overnight hours. We're at 54 degrees, our live Lehigh Tire conditions. Outside our television station in Hazelton, pressure coming in at 30.12 inches of mercury. And there you can see the winds averaging about 5 to as much as 10 miles per hour. So we woke up this morning, 50s, lower 60s. You wake up tomorrow morning, it's going to be much cooler. We're going to be looking at some widespread 40s out there, possibly some upper 30s. Did get up into the 60s and higher elevations elsewhere. Temperatures did manage to make it up into the 70s. Temperatures across our area right now, Jim Thorpe coming in with 57 degrees. Berwick at 55, 56 in Monomoy City. 59 degrees in Danville. Satellite and radar clear to mostly clear skies throughout the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. No precipitation to deal with. In fact, we're going to continue to stay dry right through the overnight hours. We'll stay dry as we head through the daytime hours of tomorrow. As we go into tomorrow night, it's going to be another cool night out there for the high school football games, but it will stay dry. Won't have to worry about any precipitation whatsoever. Going into our Saturday, we're going to stay on a dry side of things, and then going into our Sunday, a couple of scattered showers definitely cannot be ruled out of the forecast. But high pressure builds in for tomorrow, gives us a cool, pleasant, comfortable day as we end our work week. And again, there's going to be some pockets of frost that will be developing as we head into the early morning hours. And here's a look at some of those numbers tonight. It's going to be chilly out there. We got some 40s and some upper 30s throughout the state of Pennsylvania. It just seems like it's just too early to deal with those numbers like that, but I just got to tell you the truth and tell you what the weather's going to be like. Can't lie about that. And tomorrow, despite the cool temperatures, that's a nice thing this time of year. We can have some cool temperatures at night, but throughout the daytime hours, we usually warm things up nicely. Tomorrow, 60s and higher elevations. Elsewhere, temperatures should manage to make it up into the 70s. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys division of Arc Electric. Here's what we can expect over the next couple of days. 67 for tomorrow, and then generally we're going to continue to stay in the 70s for the rest of the week going into next week. And then again on Tuesday, a chance for some more scattered showers, maybe even a possibility of a thunderstorm. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers, the daily 943, the big 4, 7241. Quinto numbers looking like this, 23343, and a cash 5, 3, 10, 13, 34, and 40. Lisa.
Thank you, Joe. Coming up, reading, writing, armed guards, and metal detectors. Reaction to the latest additions in the Hazelton Area School District Elementary Schools is coming up next right here on Late Edition.
Welcome to Robert Stevens Face and Body, Hazelton's complete skincare center. Here, our licensed specialists will consult with you to discuss your skincare needs. rejuvenate you with our special facial treatments, and apply gentle, relaxing massages to melt your tension away using all state-of-the-art technical treatments and superior skin products. So call today and let the transformation begin at Robert Stevens Face and Body, 788-7546.
Hi, I'm Liz Tolan. I'd like to invite you to the first annual COPS event. It's taking place on September 21st right here at the Butler Township Community Center. This event, brought to you by WYLN 35 in Hazleton, the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance, and other area sponsors, will consist of a 5K run, 5K walk, kids fun run, open air concert, free cookout for the community, crafters, tricky trays, and so much more. Proceeds from this event will go to benefit 4 area police departments. When you call these men and the men and women they serve with, they're going to be there for you. Won't you take one day out of your busy schedule and be there for them?
Mohican Sun at Pocono Downs presents Fun Fest in Hazleton, September 7th and 8th. Free entertainment at 3 stages, crafts, classic cars, and much more. There's also a burger cook-off and pastry bake-off, senior activities, a teen street party, Latin music celebration, and of course, the Great Fun Fest Parade celebrating a totally 80s weekend. Admission is free and parking is free. Call 1-800-OK-FFest or go to funfestpa.org. FunFest is made possible through the support of its corporate sponsors.
When it comes to the wire guys, you are going to have an amazing experience. And if it means giving you back your money, plus, I'm going to do it. We guarantee everything. 112% money back guarantee. Labor and material guaranteed for a year. So you don't really need to worry about it. You're going to walk up to the wall, throw the switch, put your power cords in the outlets, and everything is the way it's supposed to be. Call me. Your time is valuable. If we're late, you get paid.
WYLN, your first choice for locally produced shows like Chef Lou, Jen-tastic Sweets, Off the Beaten Path, The Storm, and more. Find out how you can stretch your advertising dollars and be a part of the WYLN TV lineup. Call 570-459-1869, extension 1302. WYLN, we're your local network.
Welcome back. Well, it was the first day of school in the Hazleton Area School District today, and the very first time for something new in the elementary schools. L.A. Tyrone has more.
The first day of school always brings new challenges, new classrooms, new teachers, new friends. Well, that's especially true of elementary school kids and most acutely present for kindergartners and first grade kids. This year in the Hazleton Area School District, it's also the first day of 2 new things at elementary schools: metal detectors and armed guards. Brian Early is the school board president and one of the yes votes for both.
The school board made the commitment earlier, this year to purchase the metal detectors for every one of our school buildings. Unfortunately, it's the day and age that we live in that, we have to be concerned with, not just an inner city school or a high school. We've seen, unfortunately, events occur at, rural elementary buildings. It's a sad state, that today we have to worry about things like that, but we do.
As for the armed guards, rather euphemistically called SROs, that's school resource officers,
to be in every one of our school buildings, which that is completed. The officers have been hired and they will be in our schools, every day, starting today with the first day of school.
Both votes were controversial and neither was unanimous. There were 3 no votes. Tony Bonomo thought they were not needed in elementary schools. Robbie Wallace said the presence of armed guards could cause psychological damage to the very young kids, again, kindergartners and first graders. Dr. Bob Childs agreed with Wallace and also noted that in the infamous Columbine shooting, the first thing the gunman did was take out the armed guards. Controversy aside, they took effect today We stopped at Drums Elementary Middle, where Principal Dan Deal says there were no problems.
It's our first time using our metal detectors and getting everyone through the metal detectors. It went very smooth with our middle school, and we think we have a good plan in place. Everyone seems to be excited and very accepting to the metal detectors, and we look forward to a good day today and just getting better each day with it.
And he says he doesn't expect any as the year progresses.
It seems that everyone is adjusting well. We were able to expose the metal detectors during kindergarten orientation, and the SROs just provide another form of security for the building, and everyone seems to be working well together and doing a great job.
Jennifer Novotny's daughter, Sabrina, is one of those first-time in-school kindergartners. Now, Sabrina was a tad shy about talking to us, but her mother says neither the metal detectors nor the armed guards were all that big of a deal to her, though a bit of a surprise.
Not necessarily. I'm from Los Angeles, so that's not really a new thing for me, but it was a surprise here in this area.
Usha Kansara, whose son is in first grade, said they were a bit disconcerting to her son.
He was a little nervous. He knows the teacher, but he wasn't sure where the classroom was. Although I know he knows where it is, he's just a little nervous about it. And I just explained to him about the metal detectors. He didn't quite understand what was going on, but he just went in like it was at the airport or something.
She told us that while she's not wild about either, they're probably necessary.
Well, you know, I wish they were not necessary, but I guess they are. And it's a little slow moving this morning, but I guess, you know, as they do it more, it'll get a little quicker. It's the first day, so.
Two parents with whom we spoke declined to go on camera but expressed reservations. As for the metal detectors themselves, when a student passes through and all's clear, this green light goes on. When metal is detected, the red light above the green one flashes. So far, Hazleton area is the only district in this part of the state to adopt both. Whether others follow remains to be seen. L.A. Tyrone, WILN's Late Edition.
Thank you, L.A. When we come back, Beth is in with sports. She's talking soccer. We'll be right back on Late Edition.
Did you hear about the new grooming place in town? Yep. Should we try them out?
Nope. You two need to go to the Lazy Dog. Steve and Melissa always take good care of us, and we look fantastic.
Don't go anywhere but the Lazy Dog. They are great at what they do. They are locally owned and reasonably priced. Why would you even think about going to a big box groomer?
You're right, pups. I'm going to the Lazy Dog for all my grooming.
The Lazy Dog, your locally owned, locally operated groomer, serving the Hazleton area since 2009.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer, dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Cloud. Democrat Matt Cartwright is the freshman congressman representing the 17th District in Pennsylvania, but he already has challengers for that position. In his first televised interview, one candidate, Matthew Dietz, a Republican for the 17th District seat, will join me this week on The Storm, only on WYLN TV.
was a chill in the air tonight as the Hazleton area Lady Cougars soccer team headed north to Mountaintop where they faced off with the Crestwood Lady Comets. It's still very early in the season, but in conference play, the home team has 1 win and the Lady Cougars with 2 losses looking for win number 1. In the first half, the Lady Cougars got on the board quick and had the 1-0 lead throughout nearly the entire 40 minutes. But Crestwood's squad was coming back at them hard. In the first, Crestwood's keeper Meg White, under pressure from the Cougar offense, she saw a lot of action in the first and she will make sure no goal was scored on that possession. At Crestwood's end, Morgan Kyle sets up and kicks. Cougar keeper Haley Wilkinson with a workout tonight, she'll get the save. Then for Crestwood, Grace Penny passes to Gabby Termini, who attempts the header, and it looks good until Wilkinson gets in the way. First period winding down, only 30 seconds left, and it's the sister-sister connection. Olivia Termini finds an open Gabby Termini, and the Termini sisters will help tie it up, giving them some momentum going into the second. The Lady Comets kept control, keeping possession of the ball for the majority of the second. And here's Morgan Kyle. She nails the cross kick, putting Crestwood up 2-1. They will go on to win it 3-1. After the matchup, we talked to head coach of the Lady Comets, Russ Kyle.
One of the things we've been working on is trying to stay calm in the games. This game, obviously the first half was pretty close to being even, and we talked to them at halftime, and they straightened it out a little bit and played a little bit more calmly in the second half.
Kyle also complimented his girls on being more aggressive near the net.
One of the things I told them after our Coughlin game was we need more shots on goal. Against Coughlin, the score, we had 7 shots on goal and we scored 5 goals. So I told them this time we needed to shoot more, which they did. They scored 3 points today, but 35 shots I think we took. So they definitely lived up to what I told them to do. I told them to shoot more, but we just need to work on our accuracy a little bit now.
We also spoke to one of the Termini sisters who helped spark the Crestwood offense.
Mr. Kyle was yelling, "One last goal, guys," before the half, and we all just worked really hard, get the ball, went in and scored. I don't know, it felt really great.
Gabby agreed with her coach and said the second half's ball possession and attempts were something they will continue to work on.
We really wanted to keep the pressure up and get some more goals if we could. We got a few in, a lot more shots, but didn't work out as much today. But it's always good to take as many shots as you can. You never know if they'll go in or not.
And they were going in tonight for Crestwood. Stay tuned. We will be back with more sports in a few minutes. Until then, Lisa has your top story recaps next.
Watch the 2013 Schuylkill County Firefighters Parade on WYLN at the following times on your screen. Join in the 150th anniversary of Monterey City only on WYLN. We're your local network.
I've got 3 great deals for you. Here's a 2013 Mazda 3i Sport Sedan, just $187 a month, sign and drive. Or this 2014 Mazda 6 Skyactiv, 38 miles per gallon, $245 a month, sign and drive. Or this great 2014 Mazda CX-5 Skyactiv, just $299 a month, sign and drive.
Plus, we'll give you more for your trade. Burger Mazda, just off exit 145 off ID1, Route 93, Hazleton.
Watch Off the Beaten Path and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed.
Recapping tonight's top story, history was made today in the Hazleton Area School District as a brand new learning experience officially got underway for the new school year. Today marked the official start of the school year for students in the Hazleton Area School District. And it was also the very first day for buses and students arriving here at 40 Azalea Drive in Drums. That's the address for the district's first ever stand-alone magnet school, the Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences.
Well, it's very exciting, the opening of the Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences. It's a unique offering for students interested in careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Our Board of Education made a commitment to provide this for our students, and the students and parents are tremendously excited, as we all are today.
Superintendent of Schools Dr. Francis X. Antonelli was pleased with the start to the new school year. This newly renovated building is a STEM school. STEM is an acronym for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. A pilot program was launched last year inside Hazleton Area High School, but this is the first year for the brand new school, which will eventually house students in grades 9 through 12.
9th through 11th, the first year, approximately 335 students. Next year we'll be bringing in the new freshman class, and next year will be 9 through 12 with a total enrollment of approximately 500 students.
Hazleton Area School Board President Brian Early, a staunch supporter of the new facility, was among those on hand for this very first day of classes.
It's beyond anything that I think any of us even imagined. When you walk into the school, it's a bright, open, airy, technology-driven building. Just seeing the look on the kids' faces when they walk through that door and see the big monitor right inside in the foyer, it's, all of the kids that have come through the door, they have the gleamy eyes and, looking around and looking at, just the architectural wonder of this building is, it's beyond anything that I ever imagined.
The new school has not been without controversy, first over the actual purchase, then over a severe mold problem discovered during renovations. That's been corrected, and today Dr. Antonelli said it's a non-issue.
Yeah, we had a very tight construction schedule to get this building, completed. As of Friday, there still had some contractors here. So I do want to, thank all of our teachers. Typically the teachers have, the week before school to come in and get their classrooms set up. We had a lot of our teachers that were here while there were still construction crews, going on, and then they worked, diligently on Tuesday and yesterday just to make sure that their classrooms were set up and that they were prepared for students.
And today, yet another first, as these students attending the Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences, along with students throughout the entire district, will now utilize metal detectors each and every day.
There are metal detectors, as we have in all our buildings throughout the Hazleton Area School District. Again, the administration and the board have made a commitment to ensuring the security and safety of students in each and every one of the buildings throughout the district.
Unfortunately, our cameras were not allowed inside today since students, faculty, and staff were all becoming acquainted with the new building. However, Early said the public is invited to a special open house slated for later this month.
On September the 18th from 6 to 7 is going to be Meet the Teacher Night here at the Academy of Sciences building. And then at 7 o'clock we're going to open the building to the general public. And then the building will be open. People can come over, do a tour of it, and also on that evening we're going to have the basically the opening ceremony for the school building, which that'll be open to the public as well.
Again, the Meet the Teachers at the all-new Hazleton Area Academy of Sciences will take place Wednesday, September 18th from 6 until 7 p.m., followed by the public open house and tours beginning at 7. And that is a look at tonight's top story recap. When we come back, getting revved up for Fun Fest, plus Beth is back in with the second half of sports.
And temperatures continue to fall here in the backyard. A little bit of a breeze, feeling more like fall in the air. But so far this hurricane season, there has not been a lot of activity compared to years in the past. We can take a look at Fran, what happened back in 1966, and you can see exactly her track. Western Pennsylvania out through the Ohio Valley region. We will talk what we can expect with the 7-day forecast and then over the next couple of days, so stick around.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
What do you see? Perhaps you're noticing the rusted fender or the dented side panel. Maybe the first thing your eye goes to is the worn interior. But look closer and you'll see something else. Value. At Harry's You Pull It, we see value in your old car and so will others. It's the reason we offer top dollar for your car. Junker, clunker, piece of tin, your car may have many names, but at Harry's, there's only one that matters: value. Visit one of our 3 locations today in Hazleton, Pennsburg, and Allentown.
The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, serving the greater Hazleton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You'll meet Tracy Earhart, a phys ed teacher who went through a lot of pain and a lot of different treatments, but now she's back in the game thanks to good chiropractic care. Her story this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
Welcome back to Late Edition. I'm Ann Gownley, and I'm here at the Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce, where Fun Fest committee members are gearing up for the big weekend this weekend, September 7th and 8th. And I'm here with John, a co-chair for the car show that happens every year here at Fun Fest. Tell me about the car show, and I know it's an exciting event for a lot of people to come down and check out.
Well, when you say it happens every year, it does, and it's been happening every year for the last 24 years. And this year we're having the car show from 12 to 3. And the cars will be staged from Church Street down to Pine Street. The participants will pre-register from 9 to 12, and during the time that the cars are on display, the Legends Oldie Band will be playing from 12:30 until 3. The first 75 participants will receive a dash plaque, and there'll be 20 trophies awarded by the Fun Fest Car Show Committee, as well as a Best in Show, which will be picked by those who are participating in the car show.
What have those that have participated in prior years and those that just come to check it out said about this little event down here in downtown Hazleton during Fun Fest, being able to check out all the cars that normally they just see passing by on the street?
Well, we know that there's going to be a lot of participants this year because the crown jewel is going to be the exact replica of the kit car from the hit 80s show Knight Rider. I've already seen the car, and it has many of the features that the original car has, of course. It speaks. It's got that signature light that oscillates back and forth in the front. Of course, it shoots rockets, it shoots gas, it drops black oil, things of that nature. We are positive that that's going to draw a lot of spectators, not only those who are participating in the car show, but the general public as well.
And just to remind everyone, where at on Broad Street will this be located and what time?
The cars will be staged from Church Street down through Pine Street, and that will be from 12 until 3. And strictly at 12 o'clock, we'll stop accepting the cars who will be on display.
Okay. Well, sounds like a great time. And if you're into checking out all of those types of cars, make sure you stop down Fun Fest weekend, and make sure you stop down downtown Hazleton to check out all the great food and crafts and everything else that is available. Again, Fun Fest is September 7th and 8th, and make sure you stop down downtown Hazleton to check out a great 80s weekend. Stay tuned. Beth is in with sports on the Late Edition.
Swing to Big Bad Voodoo Daddy October 18th at the Alice E. Wiltsey Performing Arts Center at the Historic Castle in Hazleton. 2013 marks the 20th anniversary of Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's remarkable arrival onto the music scene. And today, the high-energy 9-piece ensemble continues to remind the world that it's still cool to swing big band style. Join the party. Shake and move to the groove October 18th. Advance tickets are available through Ticketmaster starting August 31st.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center. Nestled within the quiet town of Weatherly, PA, we offer our residents and their families tranquil and scenic views from just about anywhere in the building. We are located within minutes of Hazleton General Hospital, as well as major metropolitan medical and trauma centers in the Lehigh Valley. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secured dementia unit within our facility. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by today for a tour.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
Making your house a home.
Visit us for the lowest prices on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. This month, save 50% on Sealy mattresses or save up to $100 on select Lazy Boy furniture. And ask about our interest-free financing plans. Shop GrandCentral.com or visit us on Vine Street in Hazleton or Route 93 in Hazel Township.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
Buy it at Barber
Ford.
It's a cut above the rest. Buy it at Barber
Ford.
Honest people where the deals are the best. Now is the time.
Barber Ford is the place.
The best cause I hear there's no mistake. You can't buy better.
You can't buy better than
Barber Ford.
Barber Ford, Route 309 in Hazleton and on Route 11 in Exeter.
WYLN-CA 35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the children's programming report is on file for public inspection at WYLN, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, PA, during normal business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Penn State's football attendance has been better than some expect in light of the bowl ban, but it's also not as positive as it seems on the surface. Athletic Director Dave Joyner says he has concerns. He notes that while there's a national decline in college football attendance, Penn State's decline far exceeds the national average. The average Division 1A attendance decline is 1.2% in 2012 from the previous year, but Penn State's average attendance dropped 4.6%. And comparing last year's attendance to 5 years previous, 2007, Penn State was down 11.2%. The average Division 1A program was down 2.9% over the same period of time. There was a big brawl between two Eagles at practice today, Riley Cooper and Kerry Williams. Williams, a cornerback, got furious after tangling with Cooper in a one-on-one drill, so he threw his helmet down and went after him. Quarterback Michael Vick was among the players who quickly jumped in to break it up. They said it was about only a 20-second little interaction there. NBA veteran Lamar Odom has checked into rehab. Odom was cited for DUI last week and has had his problems with drugs before. This week, the NBA admitted it suspended him for the first time over a decade ago. He also went missing for 72 hours earlier this year. Odom spent last season with the Los Angeles Clippers and had been pursued in free agency this summer by the Clips and the Lakers, though the Clips said a few weeks ago they no longer had any interest in him. The Toronto Raptors signed swingman Quentin Richardson less than 2 months after they got him from the Knicks. The Raptors shipped forward Andrea Bargnani to New York in July for Richardson, center Marcus Camby, forward Steve Novak, and 3 draft picks. But waiving Richardson wasn't unexpected, as the 13-year veteran was only part of the deal for salary considerations. Earlier, the Raptors bought out Camby, who has since signed with Houston. And Brian Burke is the Calgary Flames' new team president of hockey operations, a new position. Burke says he's not taking on the role of general manager. The Flames are in a rebuilding mode after missing the playoffs for the last 4 years. Burke has been around the NHL a long time. He's been the GM of Vancouver, Anaheim, and Toronto. He was fired as president and general manager of the Maple Leafs in January. Now let's check out tonight's scoreboard. And football is back in the NFL. A rematch between Super Bowl championship The Baltimore Ravens looking with a very different lineup, and Peyton Manning's Broncos, they are tied at 14 in the second. In the Eastern League East Division first-round playoffs, in 12 innings, it's Erie tying up the series at 1 with the 2-1 win. In the majors, in 13 innings, the Royals 7-6 over Seattle. The Yanks have the 1-run lead on Game 1 of their series with the Bo Sox. Orioles win at home 3-1. It's scoreless in Los Angeles between the Angels and the Rays, and Houston takes a 1-run lead over the A's in the second. In the National League, 2 games, Reds win 6-2 in Arizona and San Francisco. No score. That one is in the top of the inning, number 2. Joe Garbacik has the rest of your weather coming up next.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy. At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
FunFest will be a totally 80s weekend in downtown Hazleton September 7th and 8th. FunFest marks the theme with our 80s throwback party each night, featuring trivia, music, and fun 80s themed contests. The FunFest parade will feature balloons, floats, and much more. There will also be crafts and classic cars. For the kids, there are free activities, free admission, and free parking. For more information, call 1-800-OK-FFest or go to funfestpa.org. FunFest is presented by Mohican Sun at Pocono Downs, as well as these corporate sponsors.
As a diabetic, where do I turn for the special healthcare products and advice I need?
Come into your nearby Good Neighbor Pharmacy. We specialize in the unique concerns and needs you have as a diabetic patient. Your Good Neighbor pharmacist has a fully trained staff, stocks a broad selection of the products you need, and takes a personal interest in your health and well-being.
Join us this week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy. Tim's going to explain to us what causes lower back pain, how you can avoid it, and if you are uncomfortable, what he can do to help you out. That's all coming up this week on Wellness Through Physical Therapy. Join us.
Quiet throughout the state of Pennsylvania, nothing to show you on radar, and it's going to be dry over the next several days. Our live Lehigh Tire conditions outside our station in Hazleton, 53 degrees and a dew point only in the 40s, so there's no humidity out there. Pressure 30.14 inches of mercury, and there you can see the winds averaging between 5 to 10 up to even 15 miles per hour. It's already down into the 40s over the northern tier of Pennsylvania, including Bradford and Towanda, 55, Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, 51 in Mount Pocono. If you really want the warmth and mild conditions, go to Philadelphia. It's still almost 70 degrees, 59 now in Allentown, as well as Selinsgrove, and 60 in State College. Temperatures holding in the 50s, barely in many locations, even up in the Wyoming Valley area. Before all is said and done, we're all going to be looking at least 40s tonight, and there's the possibility of some upper 30s through the overnight hours. Not much to talk about weather-wise as we go through tonight and tomorrow. We're going to see clear to mostly clear skies through tonight. We'll see a lot of sunshine heading in our direction for tomorrow. Saturday at this point is looking like it should be a nice day. High pressure builds in for tomorrow. That will allow us to see all of that great sunshine and talk about a contrast of air masses. We're going to be stuck in the cool conditions, but out toward the west, that's where temperatures are going to be well above where they should be for this time of year. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys at Division of Arc Electric. Going into the next few days, well, we got upper 60s for tomorrow. Then after that, we cranked those numbers up by a few degrees, getting back up into the 70s over the next several days after that. Maybe a couple of scattered showers around for Sunday, maybe a few more scattered showers or thunderstorm for Tuesday of next week. Some of those overnight lows, especially tonight and tomorrow night, looking at 40s and even some upper 30s out there. So we're summertime yet, but it's feeling like fall.
Yeah,
Falls
like
in the air.
Halloween or something when you're talking about possible frost. We're a little
Too
ahead of
early.
schedule for
We
that.
are, a little bit.
Wow, that's scary. Not liking that. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I mean, the Halloween decorations are already out in the stores and everything, but still, we don't
Christmas
need Christmas
decorations,
decorations too. Yeah.
Bring out the Easter ones, too.
Yeah, if we're going
Hey,
to
why
jump
not?
ahead, let's at least go.
I'd like to jump
You
ahead to
skipped
spring.
over New Year's, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's all right.
I guess that's about it. Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Before you know it, they'll all be here and gone. Big game tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Right here on WYLN.
Right here, Hazelton area at Coughlin. Make sure you tune in pre-show 6:30 and game time is 7 o'clock.
All righty. And we will see you back here tomorrow night, live at 10 o'clock, to do it all over again. Stay warm.